Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 2 of TNT Photon HQ. Now, today we're definitely going to be reviewing Star Wars: A Solo Story and taking some Q&A from you guys. Believe me when I tell you, a lot of people may not like what I'm going to say in terms of this Star Wars film, but again, me myself, I am a Star Wars purist to myself. So let's get some more people coming in here. I want to see what everybody, especially people who have seen the film, I want to see what they have to say about it, because I have my opinions about it. And no, this is not, my opinion may not align with what everybody else is feeling in terms of Star Wars and the Star Wars saga, the lore. Hey, Sarah, how are you? Great to see you, Sarah. Good to see you. Good to see you. Just trying to get some, what's going on, Brittany? How are you? Great to see you, Brittany. Glad you stopped in. We're going to be discussing some Star Wars today, so get ready for the long ride. Just trying to get more of a crowd in here. Not only that, I want you guys to give me, I'm taking Q&As. So that way, it just won't be like, because maybe I might be wrong about how I feel about this Star Wars film. I could be wrong. But I'm definitely willing to, accept or willing to look at a different perspective in it. Joel Hallahan, what's going on, bro? Good to see you. Good to see you, man. Glad to see people are stopping in. I know Star Wars isn't a topic for everybody, but me, myself, I absolutely love Star Wars. Star Wars life, dog. Star Wars life. Look, all day. Star Wars, bro. Star Wars. Which way? Yeah, Star Wars all day. I got this when I went to go see the Solo movie. This lady was just passing by. She was like, "Here," just threw it at me. I was like, just caught it, If you have any questions right now, ask me before it gets flooded in here, and I won't be able to really answer any questions, because sometimes it gets a little bit overwhelming, and I'm trying to answer everybody's questions within the chat, because like I said before, I love engaging with my audience to a point where they feel like we're just sitting at a table talking to each other. So Cherie, how are you, sweetie? Great to see you. Eric, my man, you got to sit in on this one, Eric, because we're gonna get in deep. Are you a Star Wars fan? Not seeing the new one because it doesn't look as good as the others did. Waiting for it to come out instead. What's good? I'm going to check it out tomorrow. Well, stick around. Eric, it's good to see you, bro. You got to stick around. Hey, Cherie, it's good to see you. Eric, Will, y'all got to stick around because we got to chop it up on this one. We got to talk about this one. Kihinde. We went to the kitchen and went to the couch. In other words, we had all over the house. Paul Bolware, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Good to see everybody. Oh yeah, Brittany. Star Wars is honestly, Star Wars is what got me into really collecting action figures. It got me into the sci-fi lore. Well, my mother did. My mother got me into the sci-fi lore with Star Trek. But I mean, Star Wars, man, that's where my heart is at. My heart will be forever with Star Wars, forever. Okay, when you guys are ready for me to discuss some Star Wars, let's go. Just somebody type in "let's go," and I'm gonna lay it out to you. Wakanda Zomunda forever. You cannot talk to me because you are not the original queen. You are not the queen, so This is Ugandan Knuckles. Do you know the way, Kihinde? Kihinde, do you know the way? Do you know the way, my friend? Do you know the way? Do you know the way to the queen so we can conquer? Did Lando get hit from L337? And what's up, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Cherie. All right, let's go. All right, so cool. Somebody to hit the button. Let's go. Solo, a Star Wars story. Solo, a Star Wars story. I loved it from beginning to end. I fucking loved it. You know why? Because if you ask me, maybe it's the nostalgia factor of me being a Star Wars fan. It did everything that it was supposed to do, and did everything it was not supposed to do. It didn't take away any canon that you may have known. Oh, yeah. But listen to me. Star Wars was absolutely amazing. What's the name? Alden Ehrenreich. Alden Ehrenreich was absolutely amazing. And I took down a couple of notes so that I wouldn't forget. But that film, I enjoyed it from beginning to end. And you know how I am about Star Wars. To me, Star Wars is dead. I felt as though Star Wars was dead once George Lucas signed over his rights. The last good Star Wars film that I have seen besides Solo was Rogue One. Rogue One, I absolutely loved it. But this one right here, I absolutely loved. Absolutely loved. I wasn't disappointed not one bit. And don't get me wrong. There was there was some points or like it was like a I had a sense of poignancy when I first went into the movie theater because I went in there and all the seats were empty. Excuse me. Maybe it was because I went to a what do you call that? I went to a matinee because I don't like to, I like to really be able to sit there and immerse myself in the film. But Nikki Smith, what's going on? Kenneth Acheta, see you in hell. You know the stream ain't a stream until Kenneth Acheta joins. Oh yeah. Rogue One was absolutely amazing. So I took down a couple of notes, right? And again, this is for anybody that wants to dispute me on my knowledge base of Star Wars. First off, I'm a Star Wars purist, so I don't want to hear none of that shit. Yeah, we can exchange opinions, but as far as you trying to tell me, no, this, that, and the other, trust me, there's shit about Star Wars you may not even know. You understand what I'm saying? Because I read the books. I read the books. I keep a charged Star Wars blaster next to my bed just to make sure nobody get reckless. Yes. So I'm good. Not only that, I got the toys. I collect the toys, bro. Han Solo, classic Han Solo right there. The story goes on and on. Han Solo, Lando Calrissian. Don't tell me main man from the dark path, Darth Vader. So don't tell me you can't tell me nothing. Stormtrooper. Princess with the floating Mary Poppins stance. Luke drinking blue milk Skywalker. There's nothing you can tell me. I don't want to hear it. Lando. Now this right here, I'm going to be honest with you. Donald Glover. That man, listen. So no, don't start talking about, it's because you don't know much of the Star Wars lore and this, that. No, I know a lot of the Star Wars lore. And I constantly update myself with the Star Wars lore. I mean, what was the last book I read? The Star Wars Empire Aftermath was good. I read Death Trooper, Star Wars Legends. I read a lot of this stuff. So, but yeah, Star Wars, A Solo Story is a must-see. I absolutely enjoyed it from beginning to end. I loved it. There was nothing about it that I felt as though like should have like that they tried to retcon anything. Yeah, no, but listen to me. I know what you're saying. I know what you're calling him Pando. But at the same token, yeah, I didn't necessarily agree with them making him pansexual, anything like that. But I overlooked it when I saw this film. Now, Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, you know how I feel about that. I don't like it. Never will like it. I feel as though that for me to enjoy Star Wars, I have to stay back in the realm of classic Star Wars or like the original Star Wars. Even the prequels, I accept more than I accept this new Star Wars or like the new generation of Star Wars. What's this? Episode 7 and 8, I think that is. If you tell me he flirts with Solo, I want nothing to do with this mess. No. Who are you talking about? The robot or Chewbacca or Han Solo? Nobody flirts with Solo. I mean, what's his name? With Lando. You ain't down with no. Nobody was it wasn't no gay, it wasn't like strong gay or bisexual overtones. And it's not that I have anything against people that are gay or bisexual, whatever the case may be. I don't give a fuck what you do. But no. It was more like in a sense, like I really enjoyed this film. I'm gonna go see it again as I did with The Last Jedi, but it's nothing that left me when I left the movie theater like I was feeling like, oh wow, what the or anything like that. Alden Ehrenreich did a great job as Han Solo. I think he did a fantastic job. I didn't feel like I was watching somebody else. I didn't feel like he was trying to make his own rendition of Han Solo. I wasn't looking for a Harrison Ford or anything like that. And no, a lot of people are like, this was a film that a lot of us didn't even want. I'm going to be honest with you, because if anything, I wanted to see a movie about the bounty hunters, because I love the bounty hunters in Star Wars. Hey, Damien, what's up, brother? I love the bounty hunters. Absolutely love them. But this was good. And it's not like I have like a, how can I say? It's not like I have a big grudge against Disney or anything like that, but sometimes they can mess some things up or allow some things to get destroyed or messed up, especially shit that's canon within the Star Wars universe. But I mean, as far as the film, I love the dark overtone that they had. It was as if they hired Ridley Scott. It was, an IG-88 and Boss. Exactly. Like, if you're going to do a movie, do a Boba Fett movie. Give the people what they want. Give the people exactly what they want. Yeah, this Han Solo film was not what people wanted, but I suggest any classic Star Wars film lover or a fan of the series or the genre, whatever the case may be, definitely go check this out. It's worth a watch. It is definitely worth a watch. Believe me when I tell you. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I mean, there were points the music was on par with anything you would get from Star Wars. It was great. I mean, the sexual overtones are like the sexual, because believe me when I tell you, like a lot of these new Star Wars films, they over-sexualize them too much. And like, it makes me feel uncomfortable, especially when I watched, what was that? When I watched, The Last Jedi, and when I watched the Force Awakens. I just felt awkward in some spots and everything like that. Now this one, it had its little sexual jokes and stuff like that, but they flew right over your head, and kids, like, it was friendly. It wasn't some it wasn't too innocuous. It wasn't innocuous at all. It was just pretty much like it was. I mean, how can I say? It was innocuous, rather. Pardon me. But it was it wasn't a bad film at all. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I also loved how they acquired, sorry sir, I can't. I'll be avoiding like an AIDS plague. Oh my God, Kenneth, you be bugging, man. I love how they portrayed like the whole scenery. I mean, this is going to include spoilers. It's in the title. I'm trying to tell people this is going to include spoilers. So if you don't want to spoil it, but there's really nothing you can spoil about Solo. You pretty much know how the story's going to turn out. But oh my God, that ending, watch the ending. The ending will have you like, oh, you will be like, oh my God, are you serious? But it's a much well-deserved ending. I was very happy with the ending. Very happy. I mean, I love the way they showed Chewbacca's ferocity and strength in here. 200-something genders and gender politics have place in anywhere past mental disorders. Ken goes hard. Yeah, Ken does go hard. Had no place. Okay. Yeah, but it was great. It was great. It was an absolute treat to watch. I enjoyed Star Wars, the new Solo film. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed it. I enjoyed the post-apocalyptic setting that they had going on. It was pretty much like reminiscent of like Blade Runner and Mad Max. I mean, Woody Harrelson and Thandie Newton did an excellent job. I think they did an excellent job. Excellent job. He was Beckett and Thandie Newton was Val. You know what I'm saying? Now, see, for some reason, and yeah, there have been roles. David, what's going on? Miss Fern, well, how are you? It's great to see you. There have been roles that Thandie Newton has taken, and I was like, nah. But I have a soft spot in my heart for Thandie Newton because she reminds me of somebody I went to school with that I had a crush on when I was young. You know what I'm saying? I won't say no name. I ain't trying to start no trouble, man. I ain't trying to start no trouble, man. Yeah, but but like I said, I love the way they showed the strength of Chewbacca. What else? There were some quotes in there that were Missy Gregorio. What's going on, sweetie? Great to see you. The special effects were off the chain. I'm just trying to go over some points so I can remember for you guys. Special effects were off the chain. The music, and like there's this one scene in the like, I guess it's called a space yacht. Yeah, dude's like 500 years old, right? And somebody was sending me a message. There's this one scene in where like they're on the yacht, and like the gangster that was on the yacht, I think his name was what was his name? It wasn't he worked for Dryden Voss. Dryden Voss was like the #1 gangster. He was the #1 gangster in the universe for this time. And like when they pan to him inside of there, when you go inside of his ship, it's like this, how can I say this bossa nova jazz, like alien jazz playing with this thing in a jar that was doing the bass voice. And like this black lady with like this voice box or this speech apparatus attached to her face, and she was like, I was like, what the hell? And the thing about it actually sounded good. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was actually it was done well. But like, as far as Donald Glover portraying Lando, oh my God, it was great. There was one part in there where like I was taking some notes, and I happened to just hear it. I wasn't looking up at the screen, but I happened to hear it. And he sounded just like Billy D. Williams. I swear, he sounded just like Billy D. Williams. To where like I went like this, I thought like maybe Billy D. Williams was making like a cameo or something in it. And I looked up, I was like, oh shit, like that. Donald Glover is an excellent actor. He did a great job. And a lot of people are like, oh, it's not hard to portray Billy D. Williams, so on and so forth. Just as charismatic and as suave and as like, you know, debonair as Billy D. Williams was, and his character was portrayed in what's that? In Empire Strikes Back? Oh yeah. Chewbacca is going to be revealed as a furry next. He's going to be a fat neck beard in a suit. Nah, Kenny, believe me when I tell you, bro. I know you may not be a Star Wars fan, Kenny, but you gotta check this movie out. And put it like this: if you saw Rogue One and you enjoyed Rogue One, you'll like this one. And maybe it's because, like I said before, maybe it's the nostalgia factor that was going on with me with what's his name, with the original soundtracks and seeing like original stormtroopers, so on and so forth. But it had enough well-paced action. It could have had a little bit more action if you ask me, but it was enough well-paced action. It was like it had violence in it. There was a lot of death in it. The characters seemed organic. It didn't seem like they were pushing themselves, especially Thandie Newton's character. Thandie Newton's character as Val was just absolutely amazing. I enjoyed it. Charles, what's going on? Terrell, it's great to see you, baby. Good to see you. But like, it was great. It was great. I totally enjoyed this film. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. Absolutely enjoyed it. Hey, baby, what's up, Terrell? Good to see you. But I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I can't begin. I would definitely go see this again. Like if somebody's like, Danae, I'm gonna go check out Star Wars. You want to the new Solo film, man? You want to check it out with me? I'm like, sure, I'll go with you. The whole pansexual thing is enough to say, Kenny, this ain't for you, sir. But it doesn't play. Listen, it doesn't. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the aspect of them having making Lando Calrissian a pansexual, because to me, I feel as though it's an attack on manhood, not only manhood, but especially black manhood. So why in the hell? And again, you know, I'm gonna stay on topic. But why would you make Lando Calrissian, of all these other characters or any other characters that you could create in the universe, in the Star Wars universe? You're dealing with a big giant universe. Okay, you could have made an alien like a pansexual, or made him a new character. No, you picked a black man and you make him a pansexual, which essentially you're calling him a sexual deviant or a hedonistic fucking prick or an asshole, or whatever the case may be. I took that as a shot on masculinity and black manhood. I really did. But getting back to Star Wars, how can I say? Again, this is a spoiler video, so I'm just gonna lay it out to you. I love how Han overlooked his personal feelings for the sake of making money. His personal feelings of his love interest in there, Qi'ra, he overlooked her for the sake of completing his mission and making money. Plain and simple. I loved it. Hi, Kathy Gray. It's good to see you, sweetie. Great to see you. I'm glad you stopped through. Again, thank you, everybody, for stopping through. I greatly appreciate it. Now, there were times when, like, L3, which is the robot or the love interest of Lando, that I tolerated what they were doing. They could have chose anything to make pansexual. They should have had a Rhodian in a dress. Exactly. Why are you going to take a main character like, what's his name? Like, you're going to take a main character like, what's his name? Oh, God, like Lando Calrissian, you're going to turn him into a pansexual. Lisa Larson, how are you? See, Solo, love this movie. Absolutely loved it. I loved Solo. Solo was great. Solo was absolutely great. What else? It was there were points in it too. Look. They even showed you how the Millennium Falcon became so fast. Also, he did the Kessel fucking run. They also showed you, and I used to tell people, because, like, you know, I read the books. Like I said, you do know on the Millennium Falcon, there used to be a center console in the middle where it looks like where like the Millennium Falcon essentially looks like a C. There's a center console, and they show you how he lost that. Real talk, they said he was into beast shooting. I'd be more accepting, laughing out loud. You gotta rewrite that, Kenny. I can't understand what the fuck you're saying, bro. But yeah, I loved it. There's a great, to me, it felt like a Ocean's 11, or how can I say, a sci-fi Ocean's 11. I absolutely loved it. I really believe a lot of people are gonna like this film. And again, you got some Star Wars fans out there, because nobody's more of a hardcore Star Wars fan than myself. Almost took Leia on bed. Exactly. He almost, yeah. I'm taking my money to the movie about the guy with the gun and planting it in his arm instead. Yeah. Upgrade is the name of that film. I'm going to see that too. But yeah, it was great. It was a great story of betrayal. Oh man, and it was just so many things. It was so many things that you would love in that film. Mizuki Stackhouse, what's going on, baby? Good to see you. Yeah, but I enjoyed it. To its fullest. It was great. If anybody's going to go see the Star Wars film, you will enjoy it. You'll definitely enjoy it. Again, like I said, Alden Ehrenreich, what was his name? Alden Ehrenreich did a great job. He did a great job as Han Solo. I didn't feel like I was watching somebody else trying to be Han Solo. He did a great job as Han Solo. I enjoyed his performance. I enjoyed his acting. His I don't know. I just can't agree. Yeah, and I understand a lot of the fanboys are angry, because you got to understand, Star Wars fans, they're unforgiving. They are unforgiving. They're up there with Star Trek fans. They are. In fact, I actually think Star Wars fans are more strict and more unforgiving than what do you call that? Star Trek fans. They will not take they're not gonna just accept anything. They're not gonna just roll with whatever. You know what I'm saying? Star Wars fans are hardcore. David Chen, what's going on, bro? What's going on? Good to see you. Now, it was incumbent upon Ryan, all of these Star Wars, right? Kathleen Kennedy, because I believe if she didn't make this movie well, because it's already being boycotted. That's why it didn't receive as many sales as it should have. Johnny Owen, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. It's already receiving flack because, like, people are still pissed off about that Last Jedi shit. That Last Jedi shit was fucking garbage. The Force Awakens, it was tolerable, but it was still fucking garbage. It was garbage. The story was all over the fucking place. I mean, it made no sense. There was no cohesive story. And I mean, like, it was a wreck. It was a fucking wreck. So, I mean, as a whole, I would say everybody go check this Solo film out. If you're a classic Star Wars fan, check out this Solo film. Check it out. It's great. Absolutely loved it. I loved it from beginning to end. I think Ron Howard did an exceptional job of whatever was going on with that, because I think they ran through at least like 3 or 4 or maybe 5 directors and shit like that. Whatever Ron Howard did or whatever the fuck he cleaned up, he did a great job. The visuals were fantastic. The special effects were on par. The storyline was gripping. It was at no point where I was like this or like I just wanted it over. I didn't feel like he was looking forward to this film. I have been guilty myself of demeaning some of the newer movies, but I'm going in open mind. Exactly. Because if anybody saw the last podcast, I was completely biased about this film. I was on, because I'm on board. Listen, I'm on board. Listen to me. People that are fans of Star Wars, I'm on board with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel your pain as far as like episodes, 7 and 8. I don't like them. They're garbage. They are absolute garbage. Last Jedi was hot trash. The Casino Planet act and the Roger Rabbit impression Benicio del Toro did was shit. Exactly. I didn't even I was like, it was an awkward feeling when I was watching The Last Jedi. Unlike when I was watching the new Solo film, absolutely loved it. Absolutely loved it. I felt right at home. I was digging it. It was violent. There was enough action in it. They had like nice witty humor. It wasn't over the top. I didn't feel like it was like, it just didn't feel weird. You felt right at home. Anybody who's a classic Star Wars fan or a fan of the series, a true fan of the series, hey, Miss Burns, how are you? How are you, Miss Burns? Good to see you. Thanks for joining the stream or the podcast, whatever the hell you want to call it. But anybody that's a fan of classic Star Wars, believe me when I tell you, you're going to love this. It was great. It was wonderful. It was a great storytelling. The music was on par. It was pulse pounding in certain points. Because like, especially when he fired up the Millennium Falcon and stuff like that, and it like got out of this certain area. And again, this has spoilers, so if people don't want to hear it, I'm trying to keep from spoiling it so much. But I mean, like, I don't really think you can spoil Star Wars' Solo film, except for when you get to the end. You know what I mean? Bro, there are scenes in there that will have you like, oh, like that. Because when I left the movie, I am more excited to see how Danny does. Need to see if he can pull off. Like, listen to me, Miss Larson, Donald Glover did an excellent job as Lando Calrissian. I absolutely loved him as Lando Calrissian. I don't think anybody else could have. There were even points where his voice sounded like Billy D. Williams. I'm telling you, he sounded just like Billy D. Williams. Especially when they first introduced Lando into the scene of the film, he sounded just like Billy D. Williams. I don't know if they did a voiceover or something like that, but when I actually, because I was down taking some notes at the time, I was in my phone like this and everything like that, I was taking some notes, then like I heard him, what did he say? You sure you want to get, and he sounded just like Billy D. Williams. I was like, oh shit, so I looked up, and I said it before earlier in the podcast, I looked up and I was like, is this Billy D. Williams? He did an excellent job as Billy D. Williams. It wasn't over-sexualized. It wasn't weird. It felt like a good film. You also see how Han Solo, where he ended up working for the Imperials for a while, but he ended up like getting out of that shit and stuff like that. It was good. It was good. You saw how he met up with the other mercenaries and like the scumbags and stuff. You saw him do a couple of heists. Shit went bad. It was good. You saw how he ended up becoming a pilot. Everything was good. I would add Alden Ehrenreich and Ehrenreich, or however you pronounce his name, and Donald Glover did an excellent job in this film. I think they did a great job. Woody Harrelson was great as Beckett. I loved him as Beckett. It was scum on scum, which is essentially the reason why I liked Han Solo, and I've always liked the bounty hunters and the bounty hunters and gangsters from the Star Wars universe. They were all scum. And yeah, there's one part in here, Han shot first. They gave a lot of nods. There were so many nods to like the classic Star Wars film in this movie to where you're going to be like, oh shit, I remember. Other than the spinners from Blade Runner, the Falcon is my favorite sci-fi craft. Exactly. I agree. You know what? As a kid, I loved Boba Fett shit. Because you know what it reminded me of? Because I love odd concepts. I like when people take odd concepts and make them work. The Boba Fett ship always reminded me of a flying iron, like a flying hot iron. That's why I liked it, like a flying hot iron with the old-fashioned ones that you would heat up on the stove and then, like it had the handle to it. But I loved it. I loved the new Star Wars film. It was absolutely great. Now, again, I still feel as though the damage has already been done to Star Wars. Now, me, I won't divulge in too much of this new Star Wars stuff, like from 7 to 8, because I don't feel as though there's any way they can like fix it. unless they do some shit. And yeah, Slave One, hell yeah. The Slave One was my shit, man. That was my shit. I used to love it. When I first saw the name of it, I said, damn, remember? Excuse me. Will, remember when we were kids? When we were kids and you had gotten the Slave One? I was like, oh, no, who had gotten the Slave One? I think I had gotten the Slave One because you had gotten something else. You had got one of them action figures and stuff like that. I got the Slave One and I saw how like Boba Fett flew in it. He purposely puts himself face forward to show you he not scared of you. Because you do see Boba Fett in the front of his ship. And I always thought it flew before I purchased it, before my mother got it for me, I thought it flew this way, but it flew this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm an oddball. My favorite ship is in the Lex universe. Yeah. I know which one you're talking about. I know what ship you're talking about, Miss Larson. I know what ship you're talking about. But yeah, I mean, like, it wasn't too many things that I mean, bro, it was a great film. It was a great film. The way they portrayed Chewbacca in there, you really saw Chewbacca for the massive, strong character that he was. And I think the guy that they got to play, oh God, what was his name? The guy that they got to play Chewbacca, Jonas Suatomo or something like Suamato or something like that. Yes, and the Snow Speeders. Snow Speeders, one of my favorite vehicles because I got one hanging up on my ceiling right now. Snow Speeders, one of my favorite vehicles. The Millennium Falcon, the Cloud Car. I like odd-looking vehicles that fly. I love odd-looking vehicles that fly. Like even, and then not getting off topic, but even in Battlestar Galactica, I love the Cylon ships because they reminded me of like these, like I don't know, like Tupperware plates just flipped over and stuff like that. Another ship that I love, and many of y'all may not know of this show, but many people that are in my age group, as a kid, you may have been blessed to see this, the Space 1999 spaceship. To me, it looked like a flying chameleon, or a flying lizard, or something like that. The twin cars, yep, the twin cars on Bespin, yep, that was one of my favorite ships too. The Millennium Falcon, Slave One, the Cloud Car City vehicles, the twin cars. What else? X-Wing Fighter, of course. X-Wing Fighter. I love the TIE Fighters. It's not too many vehicles in the Star Wars universe that I don't like. Like the AT-AT Walkers, I loved. I love the Tauntauns, even though it's not a vehicle, it's an animal. Battlestar, yes, indeed. Death to all carbon-based. What do you say? Death to all carbon-based life forms. Yeah, I love the classic Battlestar Galactica. I wasn't too fond of the new one, but I love classic Battlestar Galactica. But I mean, like, you know, I don't know if they put the fire under her ass or whatever the case may be after this Last Jedi shit, but she definitely got it right. And again, you know, I'm not a big fan of Kathleen Kennedy, especially the way she treats fans, the way her and her little goon squad treat the fans and everything like that. Because I look at Star Wars like this. Star Wars is like this for me, right? Space 1999, the theme song. Hell yeah, the theme song to Space 1999 was the shit. It was the shit. How was it? It was all guitar like bang. Yeah, it was the truth, man. It was the truth. Can you guys hear me well? Because I'm using a mic now, and I had to build a new rig. I would have done this review sooner, but what had happened was that I had to my other computer had went down, so I had to build another one on some quick shit. So yeah, I had to do this one. But yeah, watch Battlestar Galactica last night. Which one did you watch? The classic one or the new one? The classic one I can watch over and over. The new one, I don't know. I tried. I got into it like season 1, but after a while, I'll just When they made Starbuck a female and stuff like that, because what made you love? See, like me, honestly, I'm an asshole. So therefore, I like characters that I can relate to. Okay, so the reason why, as a kid, I liked Starbuck is because he was the charismatic, cigar smoking, like always getting out of shit but getting into shit type of guy, but he essentially did good. And people like that is what I relate to, which is why in this movie, the reason why I like this new Star Wars movie was the simple fact that Han Solo and the shit that he went through in the Star Wars film, even in the books, I can relate to in a lot of ways. Friends betraying you, being fucked over, having to do what you got to do to survive. You know what I mean? want to get paid for shit, but at the same token, you end up doing shit for free. But at the same token, you look at the big picture like, hey, I did something right. You know what I mean? Yeah, Starbuck was my dude. Apollo, the black guy, was my dude too. Because Apollo, he would, whether you know it or not, if you watch some of those old episodes of Battlestar Galactica, he would shoot your ass in a fucking minute. Apollo whip out on you in a minute. I'm telling you, he would whip out on you in a minute. Jose, what's up? Simple. How you feeling, man? Good to see you. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I got my fuel today. I got my black coffee, so don't worry. Ain't no soda in here. Ain't no soda in here. I keeps the black coffee on deck, okay? So I can stay up for y'all. But yeah, I mean, you know, it's a must see. Listen, all somebody have to do is put it up there. I'm gonna ask you, do you want me to tell you who was at the end of Star Wars that will blow your mind, that you will jump out of your seat for it? I don't know. Well, see, I'm a fan of this character, so I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a fan of this character. If you want me to tell you, just let me know. Somebody put up in there like, yeah, get loose with it. I'll tell you. I'll tell you exactly who it was. Let me just scroll through these comments, see what's going on. All right, then. So I won't tell then. I won't speak on it then. Boomer was the black dude. Yeah. No. Was Boomer? Yeah, Boomer was the black dude. You're right. You need a hatred mug for the coffee. $30. They sell hatred mugs? That's right. Yo, send me a link to that. Who, Ron O'Neal, yeah. Yeah, but Kenneth, bro, listen to me. It was worth it. When I saw him, I was like, and he was looking up, he was sitting up there like this. He was like, with the scowl on his face, man, I don't have to see it anymore. I don't have to see it anymore. I don't have to see it anymore. Man, Jar Jar. I hate Jar Jar. Misa, he's gonna burn you up. Get out of here. Come on now, George Lucas, you could have done better than that. We know what the hell you was doing. Black people knew exactly what the f doing, bro. So knock it off. What's up, brother? We have to do a petition. Oh yeah, we definitely gonna do a petition on that new Thundercat. Mr. Schwick, what's going on, bro? Good to see you, man. Looking strong. Misa, bruh. I already knew what Jar Jar was. The minute I saw it, that's what made me hate. But I did like the prequels. A lot of people hate the prequels. I love those prequels. They were good to me. I loved them. Especially the last one. Jar Jar and the Chinese. No, Jar Jar wasn't no Chinese. Oh yeah. The Chinese aliens, the ones that were like pretty much scumbags, right? They were like scumbags and shit. The Chinese aliens were the scumbags and shit. Yeah, you're right. What was that he said? Sad. We went up the ventilation shaft. I was like, yeah. Sad, they went up the ventilation shaft. Yeah, but Jar Jar Binks was supposed to be he was supposed to be a black man. Jar Jar Binks, I don't give a what George Lucas say. I like his work, but Lucas, you foul for that, bro. That's not allowed, George. Jar Jar Binks was garbage, bro. I knew what he was. Will Johnson, what's going on, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping through. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, but it was nah. New Star Wars films was garbage, man. Absolute garbage. What can I say to kids to motivate them off their phones? Just take that shit from them. Take it from them. Other than Jar Jar, I don't see what people had a lot of problems with the prequels. I absolutely loved them. Yeah, the first one was a slow burn, but to me, I loved Clone Wars. I mean, it was a lot of violence. It was a lot of killing in it and stuff like that. What was that? Revenge of the Sith was off the chain. A lot of people was like, oh, it was too violent. Darth Vader, this, that, and the other. He killed kids and this, that, and the other. Bro, Darth Vader obliterated planets. He got rid of whole civilizations. Hey, Keisha, what's going on? Great to see you. I absolutely loved the what was that? The last one, Revenge of the Sith. Absolutely loved it. Especially when he went to the dark side. Oh my God. Yeah, it was a sight. It was a bit, like some people clutched their pearls when I remember going to the movie theater. And you know, I like to go around like where the white people at, because I don't be wondering. Well, now I do. I go. I'm gonna have to bleep that out. I go where they at, because you get a lot of them now. They, you know, like most of the people that do come to Star Wars now, they're nerds like me, you know, and they just didn't enjoy themselves and stuff like that. But like back in the day, I went to the white movie theater and they was like, "Oh my God, he just killed those children." I said, "Yup, yeah, that's what Darth Vader doing." Maria Lombardi, good to see you. Jamil, what's going on, brother? Looking good, brother. How y'all doing? How you doing? But yeah, anybody who hasn't seen this new Star Wars film, go see it. Go see it. It's worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch. Now, to me, the problems with The Last Jedi is that in my time as being a businessman, hustler at one point, so on and so forth, and an entrepreneur, you have to understand it's important to give your customers a great experience. Because if you don't, or you have to essentially, you can be a businessman, but at the same token, you're their indentured servant in certain aspects if you want their money. All right? Now, the case with Star Wars is that you can't give me what the fuck I want. You can't give me what the fuck you want and then tell me it's good. You know what I mean? Because if you do, when you start doing that, that's when everything goes down the shitter. That's when you start losing your your clientele. People don't want to purchase your product anymore. Your stores, your toys don't sell. And see, that's another thing too. The reason why I said toys is because I'm a toy collector. I'm an action figure collector. If you can't see back here, you know. And this is just some of the stuff I have. Oh shit. No, do not bleep out anything. I want to talk. So many friends said that casual, but get mad if it's in a mainstream meeting. What a bitches, hypocrites. Stephen Triplett, what's going on? Temple and fired up that saber. Little Jesse with the English accent was like, "Oh shit, look on his face." You're right, brother. That's one of the gripes I have. See, one thing when I was growing up, and yeah, I understand children don't play with toys anymore. I completely understand that. But one thing that I've come to understand is that when it comes to sci-fi and it comes to something that's, how can I say, sci-fi, comic based, so on and so forth, if your toys are not selling, your movie or whatever was the original content that the children or people were exposed to was fucking garbage. And that's what happened with Force Awakens and Last Jedi. I didn't, honestly. Now, this new solo movie, yeah, I'm going to buy some toys from it. I bought some action figures. I was a little bit nervous. I was a little bit nervous in the beginning because, I mean, like, there were some, I would go on Amazon to go pick up a figure, and so, a lot of these new Star Wars toys, they were being sold at cost. The new solo movie Star Wars toys, they were being sold at cost. And usually that's like a bad sign. That's a very bad sign. That's a very, very bad sign. So, I mean, Kathleen Kennedy, Ryan Johnson, J.J. Abrams, if you happen to see this shit, just know that y'all fucked up a lot of shit. Y'all fucked up the Star Wars fan base. Y'all separated us. Y'all pretty much ostracized us. Y'all paid no attention to our wants and needs. I mean, you just totally just disabolished and like just totally destroyed what we knew as fans of Star Wars. Unfortunately, when it comes to Star Wars, you can't give us what you want. You have to give the audience you can't give us what you want. You have to give the audience what they want. And again, I really believe this solo film would have done much better if you had done the right thing in terms of like Force Awakens and The Last Jedi. Now, another thing that I had a problem with was Ryan Johnson's way to kill off iconic characters in an uneventful way or a tasteless way. The way you killed off Luke Skywalker, the way Ryan Johnson killed off Luke Skywalker and shit like that was absolutely deplorable. It was disgusting. It was essentially to you being a Superman fan for years or a Batman fan for years, and you have a good idea that this new movie or this new issue coming up is going to be like the last episode of Batman or Superman. How do you kill them? You have a bunch of bums You have a bunch of bums in the alley, shit and piss on him to death. That's how he dies. And you're like, oh, well, that's the death of Superman. That's the death of Luke Scott. No, that's the death of Batman. Or that's the death, essentially, of Luke Skywalker. Because essentially, how you killed off Luke Skywalker, you essentially had this motherfucker. First, you had him dance a jig, be a babbling fucking idiot. You had him be a babbling fucking idiot, running around, sucking milk off a tit, some green milk. Then he go like this. You like, you're like, what the fuck? Like I said before, that Last Jedi film was completely fucking garbage. And it was a slap in the face to every Star Wars fan out there. Tim Mitch, what's going on? Yeah, exactly. Like you was like there's been books I've read. And see, there's another thing too. There's been books I've read. If you wanted to make a good Star Wars movie, do the way that Marvel does. They essentially take some of they take the Marvel comic books or some Marvel graphic novels, and they essentially just pretty much put it up on screen. They put it up on screen. That's it. They put it up on screen. They make some alterations for licensing issues, so on and so forth, but essentially they just put that shit up on screen. So it works. That's the reason why the Avengers worked. That's the reason why Infinity Gauntlet worked. That's the reason why their movies sell out, because people are familiar with the content and the shit that they're pushing out. There's no way that they're gonna have two companies, two separate franchises under the same umbrella, being Disney. One is doing much better than the other one. One is doing much better than the other one. But if you ask me, Star Wars has a more loyal and congruent fan base, or more loyal. I know someone named King Lyric. Hey Tim, what's going on? What's going on? I want to see a rated R Sabretooth movie. Yeah. It's no way in hell. You know, when you go on Twitter, you actually see where Disney, you go on Twitter, you actually see Disney, you see Marvel poking fun at the Star Wars community and how fucked up their shit is right now. Literal, you'll get like producers and writers, actors and shit poking fun, making little commercials and shit of how bad the Star Wars universe is right now and how it's all fucked up. I mean, it's messed up. It's real messed up. And as I said before, there's no regard or need for the wants of the Star Wars universe. Like you just totally, they like Ryan. Hey, Miss Tassine, what's going on? There was no regard whatsoever for the fans of like people who love Star Wars. It wasn't. And another thing that's going to kill Star Wars, if you ask me, Star Wars isn't a series that you can pretty much like oversaturate the market with. And I feel as though that's what they're doing now. Even though I did love Rogue One, I loved Rogue One, but I mean, Last Jedi wasn't even out, but for so long ago. I mean, like it was just out. Like what was it? Like I would say like thank you, Miss Tassine. I love Toronto. I'm gonna come see you guys once I get everything straight. I'm coming to hang out with you guys. I'll be watching y'all, man. I'll be looking at them videos y'all living life, man. You mind adopting me? You want to adopt me? You can adopt me. Trust me. I cook. I clean. I even give you a reach around if you want. But yeah, man. It's no. I don't see how you take $1 billion franchise and just ruin it. I don't see how you guys ruin it. I don't see how you guys ruin it at all. I don't see how Rian Johnson and all these other guys. Well, see, you know what the problem is too. And again, pardon me. I miss you too, Mr. Mitchell. Mwah. I love you, Mr. Mitchell. But yeah, I'm just so disappointed at the way that Star Wars is going. A beloved franchise that I grew up and loved, that other series have followed the staple or the storyline of Star Wars to make their own series. Like if you look at a lot of the storylines that we've come to love within the 80s and 90s, Star Wars was the catalyst for it. Star Wars was like pretty much like the floor plan. It laid the foundation for a lot of these series to be what they are now. And like, there's no way. To me, it's similar to somebody giving you the fastest, hottest fucking car and then be like, look, all I need you to do is take this car. You already in the driveway. And they say, here's the key to my new fucking 2020 Corvette. All you have to do is just pull it up in the driveway and park it right there. And I will give you $1 million. You're like, oh, wow, I get to ride this car? Bang, you slam it into the garage and ruin it. You're like, what the fuck? Your only job, you already got, all you had to do was just take the car up into the driveway. That's it. Give it a little bit of gas. Take it up into the driveway and you got $1 million. Nope. You don't touch me no more. I know, Mr. Fudge. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. You don't touch me no more. I didn't like it at first, but now I like it. I remember hearing that wanted Tarantino do a Star Trek flick. Why can't Star Wars get that same mature treatment? Believe me when I tell you, Kenneth, Rogue One had a mature overtone to it. That's why I liked Rogue One. The reason why I liked Empire Strikes Back was the simple fact that it had a mature overtone to it. I mean, like, all right. The reason why I liked Rogue One is because it reminded me of Empire Strikes Back. The reason why I liked Empire Strikes Back out of all of the original three, and yeah, we're going by the release, not by what they numbered, what people call 4, 5, and 6. The reason why I loved 5 more than I did 4 and 6 is because me as a child, James Morris, what's going on, bro? Good to see you, man. It's because as a child, when I first saw Star Wars. Okay, Star Wars got me into, like, you know, buying the action figures and toys and shit like that. But when I saw Empire Strikes Back, bruh, we went to school. Everybody was in an uproar. I remember going to school that I think I was like first or second grade, something like that. I was a kid. James Morris, come on, join in. We want your input on this Star Wars shit. But when I first saw what they should have done was base all of the rest of them on a Rogue One. Yes, because you know why? You know why Rogue One was so good? And let me finish up. The reason why I loved Empire Strikes Back, it was a story. You all right. Star Wars New Hope, you were like, yeah, that was fun. That was a fun space movie. This, that, and the other. They beat the bad guy. Nah, past Rogue One, too much 2018 girl. It wasn't no girl. If you didn't see it, Kenneth, you can't speak on it. You got to go see it. Rogue One was good as fuck. And it wasn't no girl power shit in it. As a matter of fact, what I like about it is that it was a Star Wars film. People died. They were being killed by the millions. Nobody, I mean, yeah, they won, but they didn't. It was essentially a bad guys film. And I love stories where, no, I don't want to see the bad guy win all the time. But there are points where Dana Tanika Harris, what's going on, sweetie? Good to see you. Good to see you. Join in. Come on, join in on this Star Wars conversation. The reason why I liked, I just want some kind of Band of Brothers clone commando movie. All right, watch, what's the name? Watch Rogue One. Rogue One is good. Rogue One is good as fuck, Kenny. I'm telling you. The reason why I enjoyed Empire Strikes Back, because that shit took sci-fi films, or it took Star Wars to a new level. Your main character has to be a woman. No, that's not the main character. She's not the main. Yeah, she's in there, but it's not essentially about Jyn Erso. It's not about Jyn Erso. It's about all of them. You got to watch Rogue One. But I mean, like, if you haven't seen it, I mean, you got to get into some of these films if you're gonna offer an opinion. You got to watch it first. Like me, I didn't even want to go see Star Wars. I didn't want to go see solo Star Wars film, but I went and saw it because of the simple fact that I'm a fan and I want to be able to come and give you guys a review on it and give you my honest opinion. So what I did was, you got to put your personal feelings to the side and give it a chance. It's just like when what was that? When Kenny and I tried cocaine together. We gave it a chance. I didn't like it. Psycho, just kidding. Kenny lives somewhere like states away from me. He lives states away from me. I'm just picking him up. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. But yeah, you got to give stuff a chance before you just saying like, oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Because me, if you guys watch my last video, I was pissed at these Star Wars films. I wasn't digging it. I wasn't digging it at all. I didn't want to see it. After that last apocalypse, like that last horrendous attempt, or like that last fucking tablespoon of shit they made me eat as a Star Wars film, I wasn't with it. Like Dirge from the cartoon, that's the type of character I wish we'd get more of, instead of we get Nancy Sues. No, you mean Mary Sues. because that's essentially what Rey is. She's a Mary Sue. And then getting back to Empire Strikes Back is that the reason why I loved Empire Strikes Back, it was a story of the rebels getting their ass kicked. It was a story of Darth Vader coming through and just like, you know what? I'm not playing with y'all no more. Here you go. First, I'm gonna whoop y'all ass on Hoth, okay? Killed a bunch of people down there. And I mean, like, he dropped heavy duty machines down there. All right? Then, before that's even going on, Luke Skywalker get attacked by a Wampa ice creature. Han Solo got to go find him. They ripped a tauntaun open just to keep him warm. It was essentially Empire Strikes Back. Why I loved it is because it was a movie of the rebels losing. They lost. When you essentially look at Star Wars films, they always lose. It's the same thing with Transformers. Transformers, the Autobots get their ass kicked. They don't win. They don't win. They always on the run. We should try DMT cocaine. Won't make you feel like you're dead like DMT. They don't win. And I love stories when you're fighting this juggernaut of a character, but you still like, and you know you're going to lose, but you still keep fighting. That's the reason why I liked Star Wars Empire Strikes Back. Luke Skywalker, I mean, it was the ultimate film of shock and depression. Luke Skywalker comes to find out this motherfucker is his father. Not after his father whacked his hand off. He was pretty much like, I am your fucking father, respect. Then Han Solo gets frozen. I mean, it was a fucked up movie. It was a fucked up movie, and I loved it. I loved Empire Strikes Back, and that's what really made me love Star Wars. It wasn't until recent that I went back and watched Return of the Jedi that I actually enjoyed it. Because you know what? I didn't like the Ewoks because they reminded me of one of my drunk uncles. One of my drunk uncles looked just like one of the Ewoks. Like the glassy ass eyes and fucking always got his tongue like I'm just doing nasty shit. They just reminded me of nasty people. I'm mad they don't have the orgies in the Rogue One. Oh man. When did they have orgies in Star Wars? I don't remember Star Wars having orgies, bro. I don't remember Star Wars having any type of orgies. Now, I mean, you might be thinking of like Star Whores or something like that, but no, Star Wars never had no orgies. But yeah, I mean, it was a lot of things that went into play that made what was that? The last two Star Wars film horrible. And like I said before, even what am I reading here? They did. What movie was it that they did have orgies in it? Timmy, please. Which one? And again, like it was just a great story, which is why I loved Rogue One. If you have anybody who has not watched Rogue One that loves classic Star Wars, which is the reason why I think this solo film did so well, watch Luke's sister kill that Jabba. Exactly. Oh, well, yeah, you know what? Well, in the Star Wars universe, I mean, from what I was reading, sex isn't a big issue. I mean, like, they do it, but it's not like a big issue. You know what I'm saying? And the sad part about it is most of humans are put into slavery. They're the first ones, along with the Twi'leks, that are put into slavery because they just do it to us. They just try to put us in slavery instantly. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it was man, you got to check that solo film out. But another thing that killed Star Wars too is that the way that Kathleen Kennedy and Rian Johnson would reference like us fans as clients and shit like that, or customers. No, you can't do that. We are fans of the series. Before you even worked on this, and the thing about it, Rian Johnson never, I don't even, like, from what I was understanding in the research that I did, he wasn't even a fan of Star Wars. He wasn't even into it. Like, he just did what he wanted to do. It was like J.J. Abrams was like, here, go make your Star. We'll go here, go have some fun. Take this shit and just, yeah. Get it out my face. Go do something with it. If you see that this man, the one that did, if you see that this man has no prior experience with Star Wars, why would you give it to him? Sand digs all in her and on her. Oh my goodness. Them space arrows, right? Oh my God. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They did. It's messed up. But they did rape Luke Skywalker's mother. That's the reason why he lost his mind too. You talk about the the Sand People. Those, right? Yeah, the Sand People. Yeah, they're horrible. Yeah, they raped her. They they beat her to death and then murdered her. Because if you read the graphic novels and stuff like that, they were horrible. They were horrible creatures, man. They were horrible. That's messed up. You call them space Arabs, though, man. That's messed up. That's messed up. But hey, listen, it is what it is. But yeah, but essentially, we all know what. See, again, anybody who knows. Who has a modicum of intellect, they know what George Lucas references as ethnicities in there in the Star Wars films, okay? It wasn't until Empire Strikes Back he felt as though, like, yeah, I better add something. Nah, I'm not going to say that, Tim. That's messed up. That's messed up. That's messed up, Tim. That's real messed up. But yeah, it was a great film. You got to go see the Solo movie. The Solo movie was great. It was absolutely wonderful. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I would definitely go check it out again. Definitely. Of course it is. You're absolutely right. Star Wars is littered with stereotypes. A lot of them. And see, another thing too, Kathleen Kennedy, she doesn't care about Star Wars. She really doesn't. She doesn't care about Star Wars. She could care less. She could care less. She could care less. And again, the toy sales tell everything. The toy sales tell everything about that Star Wars film. Force Awakens toys, and again, I hate to say this because it saddens me, but even with Toys R Us going out of business, marking shit down 60 to 70% with Star Wars toys, they're peg warmers. Nobody's buying the shit. Nobody wants it. Now, when I was coming up, and again, I understand not many children play with toys anymore. But when I was coming up, there were certain figures. Hell, Star Wars figures, if you didn't get them when they first come out, like certain ones and shit like that, you wasn't finding them. You go there, every character within these recent films are easily able to be picked up. Hey, you could go to, what's that, Five Below, or like one of the rinky-dink stores that sell like the overstock shit and whatever. You see them all there. $5. Nobody's buying this shit. Toys R Us had the shit marked down 60, 70%. Some of them shit's going for like $3, $4, whatever the case may be. Nobody's buying Star Wars stuff. Because essentially, these films set the tone for your toy sales. And that's what it is. Your toy sales tell you how well your film did. Your film sets the tone for your toy sales. Plain and simple. That's how I look at things. And the fact that going to go see Solo tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. I'm not sure about the new Boba Fett film. Yeah, I'm going to give it a try because maybe existing storylines is what they need to fuck with versus trying to extend upon things. Now, Boba Fett, I'm going to see that. I love Boba Fett. Roll over like Han Solo and float like Chewbacca, Senyaka. Yeah, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Solo film, and you will, Mr. Morris, you will enjoy it. No lie, TJ Maxx has all the new Star Wars shit. Exactly. You go to buy Transformer Masterpiece shit and stuff like that. If you don't get it when it comes out, you're going to be spending a lot of, like that Megatron you see over my shoulder back there. I think he's like, what, 10, 11 inches or something like that, 10 inches, whatever. That's a $200 and some odd action figure. Maybe even more now. If you don't get it when it first came out, it's gone. That's because Transformers G1 as a series is still very good. Michael Bay shit sits on the peg. Nobody really, I mean, like, you got some fans that buy it, but like that G1 shit back there, oh yeah, sells all day. That goes to show you how well your franchise is doing. Your toy sales tell you how well your film did. Your film tells how well your toy sales are gonna be. Plain and simple. It's simple math. You make a shitty film, you're not gonna get them in. Nobody gonna buy your shit. You make a good film, your toys are gonna reflect upon that. But yeah, it was a great film. It was a great film. That's all I can say about it. Now, if you guys want me to reveal to you who it was at the end that was up there, I will. If you want me to, say it, because I'm dying to say it. No? Okay. Yeah, but it's nothing. It's nothing that I can say bad about this Star Wars film. I loved it. I loved it from beginning to end. I loved it from beginning to end. I absolutely loved it. So, you know, I'm not going to keep you guys too long. I might upload this to YouTube. I'm not sure. I might. I'm not sure. But stay tuned for the YouTube channel because I'm going to do Star Wars action figure busted open marathon. I think I'm going to bust open maybe like 10 action figures in one swoop just to see how people like it or not. Let me know. Please be sure. I'm not going. You can't like, comment, and subscribe on this one because I'm not on YouTube. But yeah, you know what? Like, comment, and subscribe because I'm going to upload it and see if YouTube smacked me down again or whatever the case may be. And again, if you haven't seen it, go see the Solo film. If you're a Star Wars fan, just spoil it. Shit was all over YouTube. All right, then. So I'll spoil it. So the person you see at the end, when the treacherous woman reveals her true colors, Qi'ra. The person you see on the end talking to her on the holographer was Darth Maul. Darth Maul. When I saw that, I was like, oh my goodness, I love it. And he was sitting up there looking as livid and scowling more as livid as ever. Knights of the Old Republic, exactly. All you have to do, if you want these Star Wars movies to make money, take some of them old books and put them up on the screen. Do what Marvel do. Take some of them old books and then just add your little alterations to it. That's it. That's the reason why the Marvel movies be working. Well, the majority of them. I wouldn't say every Marvel film was good because that last Fantastic Four was fucking garbage. It was garbage. Black Panther, I wasn't too fond of. I wasn't. I felt that it was just all fluff. It was long and boring for nothing. I mean, I wouldn't go watch it again. There are some Marvel films. When it comes to, look, bro, when it comes to ethnic superheroes or black superheroes on the screen, if you ain't topping that Blade movie, Blade 1 and 2, it's garbage to me. It's garbage. Blade 1 and 2 was good. I don't care what nobody say. I love Blade 1. Blade 1 more than 2, but Blade 1 was good. So with that, Maul and Delta Squad are like the only Star Wars characters. That's what I'm trying to say, Kenneth. Go see it, bro. You'll like it. It's not bad. It's a very grungy, dirty story, and that's why it worked. That's why I liked it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let you go on this one. Be sure to tune in next time. I'll put up a post when I'm about Blank Man, though. Blank Man? Who wants to see Blank Man? He said Blank Man, though. All right. I'm going to let you guys go. I'm about to go eat. I'm hungry, man. Listen, be sure to go see that Solo film. It's good. It's very good. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I wasn't disappointed. And I went in there with a few, like, you know, predisposed notion of how, yes, Blade, indeed. I loved Blade, Mr. Morris. Absolutely loved Blade. Absolutely loved it. Loved it. But yeah, go see the Solo film. I'm a big supporter of it. No, I'm not being endorsed. I'm not shilling or nothing. I give my honest opinion. I don't like Force Awakens. I don't like The Last Jedi, but I love Solo. Maybe it's the nostalgic factor of doing like the retro stuff, me seeing Stormtroopers, whatever the case may be. Miss Sanders, what's going on, baby? I'm about to leave. I got to go eat. I'm hungry. But I wanted to, I was trying to wait around for you and stuff like that. But yeah, go see the Solo film. Go see the Solo film. It was great. It was absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I love the character representations. Woody Harrelson did his part. Thandie Newton, who I love, did an excellent job as Val. Woody Harrelson was an excellent Beckett. Alden Ehrenreich did a great Han Solo. Chewbacca was great. I loved how they showed his strength and ferocity. Because, you know, like they would show you you always hear rumors of how strong, what's his name was? Chewbacca was. But no, you saw it in this one. You saw it. You saw how they met. The war scenes and the fight scenes were brutal. The laser blasts looked similar. Like when they were in war, when Han Solo was in war, it actually looked like bullets. And like you saw people dying. Like they were dying, getting blown up, everything. Yeah, Miss Sanders, I gotta go eat, baby. I gotta go eat. But I definitely enjoyed the people that stopped through. You guys, I mean, like, if you want me to keep doing videos, let me know. Just, you know, like, let me know. I'll be improving the stream as it goes along. I'll be adding, like, some green screens and backdrops. I'll be doing a bunch of different stuff. So, you know, I had to build me a new rig right here because the old one died. You know, and it died on the day that I told you guys I was going to do it. I was going to do it on a Saturday, but I had to do it today because I just finished building the rig. my sound card went, and the motherboard was bugging and everything like that. So me and the Justice League had to build it together. Oh my God, you have no idea how much my friends helped me out. Believe me when I tell you, I wouldn't have been up and running now. But yeah, I enjoyed Solo. So, ladies and gentlemen, who else was in that film? Make sure I hit everybody. Oh, and Donald Glover. Pardon me. Donald Glover. Yeah, Donald Glover. Thank you, Mr. Morris. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. You guys make it well worth it. I'll keep doing them until you get tired of me, or until you'll be like, all right, Danae, you suck. Stay the fuck off the screen. I'm tired of seeing you. I'll keep doing them, all right? But yeah, all right, so you know what? If you want me to eat and come back, I'll do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do a Busted Open on YouTube tomorrow. So if you want to do that, like if you want me to do that, I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you guys. Just let me know. But I want to try to invite some guests on, like Shamika. I want you to come on the show too as well, because I know you're well versed in anime, and I love anime. I absolutely love anime. I'm a sci-fi aficionado. I'm a connoisseur of all sorts of sci-fi tech, video games, anime. I mean, you motorcycles, cars, everything. I love it all. I'm a Renaissance man. So I mean, let me know. And yeah, listen, guys, Donald Glover did an excellent job as Lando motherfucking Calrissian. I loved him. I loved him as Lando Calrissian. And you know what? Last thing. There are parts in that film, and yeah, L3, she did her robot. Yeah, I know I suck, Mr. Anchetta, but that's what makes me keep going. I know if you tell me I suck, that means I have to keep going. See you in hell, Mr. Anchetta. See you in hell. There was fuck it. They upload what's her name's? They upload L3's consciousness into the Millennium Falcon, and it works. So it answers a lot of questions when the Millennium Falcon didn't want to work, or the Millennium Falcon would just get them out of shit instantly. It worked, I'm telling you. And there's certain things that they do. It felt like a Star Wars film. I felt like a kid watching a Star Wars film again. If I had like one of the action figures or the toys with me, I would have been flying it around like this. It was a great film. I loved it from beginning to end. It's a must-see. All right, Miss Sanders. So what we'll do, I'm gonna Terrence Uzel. What's up, Terrence? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. You suck, but much worse. It's a compliment. I can't podcast without flying into a fit of rage, and that's why I want you on the show. I want you to lose your shit on the show. I actually love when you lose your shit. Lord Galvatron, calm yourself. I told you, Kenny, me and you are like Galvatron and Cyclonus. You're Galvatron and I'm like Cyclonus. I was like, but Lord Galvatron, strategy is for cowards. Of course, yes, I am going to see that new Jurassic Park because I love the last Jurassic Park. I thought it was great. What's up, cuz? Good to see you, Miss Denise. What's going on, cousin? It's good to see you, baby. For everybody that doesn't know, Denise is my beloved cousin. And while we were drying, we were playing with each other. Yes, and that's my cousin. It's like, I'm just playing. Let's play it. My husband will kill me. No, but that's my cousin. But yeah, I'm definitely going to see Jurassic Park. Love Jurassic Park. I love the previews of the new one. I absolutely love that last Jurassic Park. A lot of people didn't like it. I don't see why. I think Chris Pratt does well in the new Jurassic Park films. Because, well, another thing too, I'm a big fan of what's his name? Oh my God, how could I forget him? And I absolutely love this guy. Oh God, The Fly. Oh God, what is wrong with me? I just lost my train of thought. But yeah, I'm a big fan of him. I'm a big fan of the guy that played The Fly. But yeah, Chris Pratt did a great job. He did a great job in the last Jurassic Park film. But go see this new Solo film. I don't care what nobody tells you. Go see it for yourself. And I was talking about, I'm gonna go give my money and this, that, and the other. But it was good. It was very good. It was a very good film. I enjoyed it from beginning to end. I enjoyed the new Star Wars film from beginning to end. It was absolute treat. It appealed to every aspect of Star Wars. I didn't feel like they were trying to rewrite anything. They even showed you how Solo got his name, even though it was a little bit different in some books, like it was an existing last name. They show you how he got his name. Alden Ehrenreich did a great job as portraying Han Solo. I think he did well. I think he did very well as portraying Han Solo. Well, with that being said, I'm going to bring this review to a close. You guys take it easy. I enjoyed being on here. If you have any movies, because what I do, I'm a movie connoisseur, movie, book, the whole spiel, the whole thing. I'm a connoisseur. I love this stuff. I will read for days. I will watch films for days, whatever the case may be. Hell, I listen to audiobooks while I'm working out and all that other stuff. But would love to do a show. Last time we did, I had to take a week off and still in my anger. Yes. So with that, but listen, Ken, if you got to put your camera on or at least have, I got an icon for you. We'll do some test runs with Skype and we'll see how that goes. Okay, Kenny? We'll see how that goes and stuff like that. But I had nothing bad to say about that Star Wars film, that new Solo film. There's a certain aspect of me that wanted to shit on it, but I can't. It was good. And I know a lot of my friends, fellow followers that, because like I told you before, Star Wars fans are unforgiving. They are unforgiving. They don't want to hear shit. You don't appease them or give them what they want. I have my camera on my phone. Cool. That'll work. All right. So we'll do some test runs, Kenny. We'll do some test runs. But James, you'll love the new Solo film. You'll love it. You'll absolutely love it. I loved it from beginning to end. I have no problems with it. No quivers or qualms about it. I absolutely loved it. I would go see it again. It's up there with Rogue One. Like, actually, sometimes if I'm not doing anything, even though I don't like watching films more than once because I don't like being a creature of habit, but I will watch every now and then. I pop Rogue One on because it was that good. It felt like a Star Wars film. It felt like this new Solo film, and this is me ending this because I can go on and on with this. The new Solo film, it felt organic.